Hello, Rivers Edge Church, and welcome to the Midweek Minute. I hope that you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. In fact, one of the things I just wanted to do today is, we've got a lot of announcements. We always do. We want to encourage you, send out a weekly email, check out our website, check out all the socials, all that stuff, and you will get what's going on. But what I wanted to do today is share with you out of Psalm 100. Psalm 100 says this: Shout for joy to the Lord, all of the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. It's a short psalm. It's a 5-verse psalm out of the Bible that says so much. It starts with shouting for joy to the Lord, all the earth. What I love about that is it's a command not just for us humanity. It's almost like, hey, all of creation, shout for joy because your Creator is here. I love that Jesus says, if you don't praise me, the rocks will cry out. I love that. It's a reminder that God is the Lord of all the earth. And it says, worship the Lord with gladness. It's kind of hard to worship with any other emotion, isn't there? But the idea here, to worship the Lord with gladness, is to bring to the Lord your work and all that you do and all who you are. We've talked about this word before, avad, which is in the Hebrew. It's the same worship and work. It's the same word. And worship the Lord with gladness. Bring everything before him and be glad because he is the creator of the earth. Come before him with joyful songs. Gladness, joyful. Shout for joy. This psalm is just riddled with this idea of gratefulness before the Lord. Know that the Lord is God. There's another psalm that says, be still and know that the Lord is God. In other words, know that God is in control and you're not. That is so good. Remember that the Lord is God and you are not. It is he who made us. You didn't make yourself. It is he who gives you life, and we are his. Sometimes we need that reminder. We're off busy working. We are in social media. We are doing other things, and we jump into the identity of maybe somebody who's very political, or we jump into the identity of maybe a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, and we get this impression that we are our own, we are in charge, but this psalm is saying, listen, be grateful. You belong to him. He loves you. He oversees you. Relax a little bit. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Enter his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. Thanksgiving, gratitude, joy, gladness, all these words are emotions or conditions of the heart. They're conditions of thankfulness, of being glad for what God has done. Maybe take a moment and reflect this Thanksgiving. What has God done for me? Look back on your life and say, Lord, what have you saved me from? And looking back on that, you could look and go, wow, God, I am thankful for what you have done. Maybe ask the question, how has God provided for me? Who has God brought into my life that has changed my life? All of these things can spark gratitude. Who are you thankful for? And I want to encourage you to come to the table with your family in a Psalm 100 way. And then it reminds us at the very end, for the Lord is good, his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues throughout all generations. Not just, we could look back in the Bible and see, God was faithful way back when. Not just we look back and go, oh, God is faithful with my grandma or with my parents. No, God is faithful with you. He'll be faithful with your children. He'll be faithful with their children. Be thankful because God is faithful. If you look at pictures of us, we are not faithful people, right? Humans are inherently not faithful. We fail at the things that we do. This is another way of saying God never fails. I love that. Thanksgiving, the day that the pilgrims celebrated, was actually modeled after this idea of the Feast of Tabernacles. It was when the Jews would take for a week and they'd go back into the desert and remember how God provided for them with manna, and God provided with them with quail and water, and they would live in these booths, almost like they did in the desert wilderness. And they would go live out there and spend a week being grateful for what the Lord has done. They put this holiday right at the harvest time to remind them that, look, the Lord provides for us. As you sit around that Thanksgiving table with your family, reflect on what the Lord has done. Reflect on the goodness of God. And I pray that you would share that reflection with your family and reveal to them the goodness of God who loves them. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll see you Sunday at 10 a.m.